Hello everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session of English grammar, we are going to begin a new topic, that is tenses. This topic is very important for all of you. This topic is very important for any exam, as well as if you want to improve your communication skills. This topic is the solution for your problem. So this topic is very important for all those aspirants who want to take any exam, also for those who want to improve their communication or spoken English. Okay, so this topic is really a very important topic for all of us. Okay, so let's begin this session. Well, we will be discussing this topic tenses in various parts. So this is part 1 of tenses, and what we are going to discuss in this session, let's have a look over that. In this session, we will discuss the introduction to tenses. So first of all, we'll see the introduction of tenses, that the definition of tenses, what are tenses, etc. Now we'll discuss concepts of tenses. So there are various concepts of tenses or concepts related to tenses that we are going to discuss in this session. Okay. Now we'll also discuss the types of tenses. Okay, and present tense is one of those types. Tenses can be classified further into present tense, past tense, and future tense. So in this session, we will discuss present tense entirely. First of all, we'll discuss present indefinite tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. Now, in this session, we will discuss present tense entirely, or you can say we'll elaborate present tense incomplete. Okay, so let's begin this session. Now, first of all, let us see the introduction of tenses. Now, you must have heard many times in your life two words. There is work and time. When we work, in fact, we work a lot. But at what time we do that work? Or at what time we have done that work? Or at what time was that work done? Okay, so the work, it completes in a particular duration of time, or it is done at a particular point of time. And to show that the time zones, or to show those time zones, we use tenses. Okay, so tenses is actually the combination of time and work. Okay, so this is the definition of tenses. Tense refers to the time related quality of a verb in a sentence. It means in a sentence, when verb is written over there, verb indicates the time zone, or you can say the work which is done in the sentence, or which has been mentioned in the sentence, it is related to which time. That is actually shown by the tenses. It indicates the time when an action, event, or a state described by the verb occurred, or will occur. Tense is typically expressed through changes in the form of the verb itself, or through auxiliary verbs, and helps establish the temporal relationship between different elements of a sentence. Okay, so temporal relations means time zones or the time occurrences. For example, if something is happening right now, it is present tense. If it has happened a long time ago, that can be in the past tense. And if it will appear in the future, or which has not happened yet, but we are thinking of planning for that, that shows the future tense. Okay, now tense is grammatical category that indicates the time of an action or event in relation to the present, past, or future. Now we have three time zones, that is present, past, and future. Now what is present is just you can see before you what is going on right now, what is happening in this world right now, what you are doing right now, or what actually happens every day. That is present tense. Okay. Past tense is actually refers to the past time which has been gone, and now nothing can be done for that in the present. Also, if you see something which has already happened and no longer in present, we cannot see its appearance or its effect in the present scenario. So that will be in the past. Okay. For example, if you are in a job now, for example, you are Mr. A and you are doing a job right now. Okay, you are doing a job right now. So you are Mr. A and you are doing a job right now. Now, you must have done your schooling. Okay, so that was your past time. Now you must not be going to your school. Okay, now you are doing the job. This is present scenario. which is occurring before you. And if you're planning to buy a car, if you're planning to buy a house, if you're planning to get married, so those are the future occurrences or something which will appear in future but not have happened till now. Okay, so that is only in your dreams, only in your thinking, which will happen in the future. Okay, which has no effect right now. You are just planning or thinking of it. Okay, so that is totally imagination. Okay, which is not here right now. It is totally an imagination. So that will be future. Okay, so we have three different time zones, that is present, past, or future. Okay, so this is all about tenses, or you can say tenses are the relation between, or tense refers to the relation between time and work. Okay, now let us move to the next. So this was the definition of tense. Now we'll discuss the concept of time and tenses. Now, concept of time in verb forms. As I told you, that tense is the relation between time and work. So here, concept of time is related to the form of verb. Okay. There are various forms of verb, that is first form, second form, third form. Okay. And they are related with time. Okay. So that will create the tenses formation or the tenses structure. There are three tenses and four further classifications. So first of all, we have three tenses and we have four further classifications of each of them. Now, we have three types of tenses, that is present, past, and future. And what are the what are the further classifications of each of them? They are simple tense, continuous tense, perfect tense, and perfect continuous tense. Simple tense is also known as indefinite tense. Okay, or you can say indefinite tense is also known as simple tense. Okay, so we have three further classifications, that is indefinite tense, continuous tense, perfect tense, and perfect continuous tense. Okay, these are for the four classifications. Now let us see these classifications in a table. Now here you can see the table. Here we have present tense, past tense, and future tense, and they are further classified into simple indefinite, that is simple tense or indefinite tense, then continuous, then perfect, and then perfect continuous. Okay, now let me explain you this completely. First of all, if we talk about present tense, present means present, which is occurring right now. Okay, that is present tense. And the simple and indefinite tense, what is simple and indefinite tense, that we will discuss later on. But here I will give you just a summary of all these tenses. Okay, well, the theory of it will be discussing in later slides. Okay, so present means when something is going on right now or which is related to the present time. Okay, so simple and indefinite, which is actually simple and indefinite, or it is not in a continuous manner, it is not going on, but it happens always. Okay, if something is happening routinely, if something happens or occurs in a routine or after a particular interval of time, we write those type of sentences in present indefinite in indefinite tenses, whether they are of present tense, past tense, or future tense. For example, if I go to office every day, it means this is my routine or the work which I do regularly. Okay, or every day. So this occurring of the action after a particular interval of time or recurring of the actions after a particular interval of time, that is shown in the indefinite tenses. Now, if they are occurring right now, if the recurring actions are taking place in the present time, they are present indefinite tenses. And if some action has repeatedly done in the past. For example, I went to school. Now, I used to go to school, but I don't go to school now. I don't go to school now. I don't go to school any longer. Okay. I used to do this activity, but in the past time. Okay. So, but that was my routine. Okay. That was my routine, but wasn't past. So that will be past tense. Okay. Now, if you are planning that from the next week, you will do yoga every day. Okay, but right now you are not doing that. Okay, but you are planning it for future. Okay, who has seen the future well? Now, but you are planning that you will be doing that every day. Okay, so you are setting or you are thinking of a routine right now, which you want to have in future time. Okay, so that will come in future indefinite tenses. After that, continuous means when something is in continuation. Okay, so continuous means when something is going on. So if an action is going on in present time, that will be present continuous tense. If something was continued or was in continuation but in past time, okay, well, some work you were doing but in the past time, that will show the past continuous tense. And if something is there which you will be doing not now but in the future, that will be future continuous. Something which will be running or which will be ongoing but in future scenario. Okay, for example, suppose you will be giving yoga classes. Okay, so you will be giving yoga classes to all the students from next week. Now this will be the ongoing process which will happen in future. Suppose you are going somewhere in the next week. Okay, now you might say, or you may say that I will be traveling by train tomorrow at this time. Okay, but tomorrow means future time. Okay, so that may occur in future, but something which will be going on but in future tense. Okay, perfect means when something is perfect. And in case of work, if something has been done, okay, if something shows the completeness, that will be shown in perfect tense. Now it is not required that the work has been completed. If it has not completed, then also it will appear in perfect tense. The main concept is the completeness. Okay, whether it is completed or not, but to show the completeness of the action is shown in the perfect tense. For example, if you have finished your homework, you will write it in present perfect tense. If before dinner you have finished your homework, it means you have done your work before sometimes some action in the past. So you can go write it in the past perfect tense. For example, I had finished my work before I went to Delhi. Okay, so before I went to Delhi, it means some action has already occurred before some action in the past. Okay, that shows the time in the past. Okay, there you can see the past action. So that will be in the perfect tense, past perfect tense. And future perfect tense, which you assume that you will have completed this much of work by this point of time. Okay, so that will occur in future perfect tense. Well, in detail, we will be elaborating each and every tense with some rules and examples. Okay, here I'm just giving you the gist of the entire concept of the tenses. Okay. After that comes perfect continuous. Now, perfect continuous is a combination of the perfect as well as the continuous tense. When some work is there, which is going on, but in a particular duration of time, or might be some work has been completed and another work has been initiated from that point of time and is still in continuous, that will be shown in perfect continuous tense. For example, suppose you have bought a book. Okay, you have bought a book and the book is a novel. Okay, you have bought this. So one work you have done, that is you have bought the novel. Okay, now you have been reading it from the time you have bought it or since the time you have bought it. So you can say, I have been reading this novel for 2 hours, or I have been reading this novel since I have bought it. Okay, so from the time or from the point of time you have initiated it, you have been reading it. Okay, for example, you have started it reading 2 hours before or 2 hours ago. Now you are still reading it. So you can say, I have been reading this novel for 2 hours. It means the task has been initiated 2 hours ago and still it is in continuation. So where you have added the time zone with the continuous action, that will occur in perfect continuous tense. Now, one more thing you can say, when we add continuous plus time, when we add time to the continuous tense, it will become perfect continuous tenses. However, it may have several other effects where we need to write perfect continuous tenses, that we will elaborate it in the later sessions, where I will be elaborating all these tenses one by one. Okay, so in this part, first we'll discuss all these concepts, and after that we'll be discussing present tense fully. So first we'll discuss the simple tense. Okay, simple tense is used to describe the basic forms of the verb without any auxiliary verbs. Now, in case of simple indefinite tense, what happens? We only write subject plus verb. Okay, subject plus verb, not the auxiliary verbs. Means helping verbs are not required over here. The simple tenses are used to express facts, habits, general truths. Okay, so when we talk about the facts, routines, habits, general truths, they are always shown in simple tense. Okay, whether they are of past or of present or will be of future. Okay, so here we only write subject plus verb in affirmative case. In negative and interrogative, we require auxiliary verbs. Okay, only in case of affirmative sentence, we do not require auxiliary verbs. Okay, but in case of negative and interrogative, we need to have auxiliary. Okay, affirmative. In affirmative, we will not have auxiliary verbs. In negative and interrogative, we will have the auxiliary verbs. Okay, so this is simple indefinite, and simple indefinite of present, past, and future. Now let us move to the continuous tense. The continuous tense, also known as progressive tense. Progressive means the particular action is increasing. Okay, or going on. Or the process is going on or increasing, is used in English to indicate actions that are ongoing or in progress at a specific time. This tense is formed using the auxiliary verb to be in the appropriate tense, present, past, or future, followed by the present participle of the main verb, which ends in ing. Okay. Now, we'll discuss the perfect tense. The perfect tense in English is used to express actions that have been completed with respect to the present, past, or future. The perfect tense is formed using the auxiliary verb to have in the appropriate tense, followed by the past participle of the main verb. Okay. So the perfect tense is formed using the auxiliary verb to have. Here in perfect tense, we necessarily have the have verb. Now, if you talk about the continuous tense, as I told you here, the auxiliary verbs, what was important? To have be form, okay, and also verb with ing. These two things are important in case of continuous tense. In continuous tense, any, whether it is present continuous tense, past continuous tense, or future continuous tense, we will have two patterns. Definitely, one, the form of be. But the forms of be in present tense are is, are, and am. Okay. And in case of past tense, it will be was and were. And in case of future tense, it will be, and shall be. Now, this conjugation of be form, we have already discussed in the subject verb agreement chapter. So, will be and shall be. Okay, so this as well as verb plus ing. It means ing form of verb in ing, first form of verb with ing. So this is also called verb fourth form. Okay, we call it roughly as the verb fourth form. So these two things are the basic requirements of the continuous tense. However, if we talk about the perfect tense, two things are here important. Which are the two things? First of all, to have form. It means in case of present, we will have either has or have according to the number of the subject. If the subject is singular, we will have has, and if the subject is I or plural subject, we will have the structure have, okay, or the auxiliary have. And also, in case of past tense, we'll have had, and in case of future, will have and shall have. Okay, so these patterns will definitely occur in the perfect sentence. Also, one more thing is very, very important over here is the use of verb third form. Okay, the main verb should be in third form always, or the past participle is required over here. So this is the basic requirement of perfect tenses. Okay, so these things we should keep in mind, that in case of perfect tenses, we need to have verb third form, also the to have structure. Okay, in the appropriate tense, followed by the past participle of the main verb. So this is very, very important for the structure of for the structure of perfect tenses, whether they are of present, past, or future. Now let us move to the next one. Well, here we'll discuss the concept of perfect continuous tense. Perfect continuous tense. The perfect continuous tense, also known as the perfect progressive tense, describes actions that started in the past or the future and have continued up to the present or were happening recently. It combines the perfect and continuous or progressive aspects to show the action in the progress and its relation to another point in time. The perfect continuous tense is formed using the verb to have as an auxiliary verb to be, and the and the present participle, that is ing form of the main verb. So the perfect continuous tense shows the actions which were started from a particular point of time, and either they are continued right now or they have continued up to a particular point in the past, and they will be continuing up to a particular time in the future. Okay, and the time which we cannot decide or which is not mentioned. Okay, and also the basic requirements of the of any perfect continuous tense is uh, to have form. Now here we are combining two tenses. So for perfect we need to have to have, okay, and the verb third form. But in continuous we need to have be plus verb with ing. So these are the two requirements of two different tenses which we are combining in this part. Therefore, this verb third and be will be combined. Okay, it means we'll have the structure of to have form, then been, and then verb with ing. So this is the entire structure of perfect continuous tenses. If this that is in present, we'll have will have or has. In the past, we'll have had, and in future, will have, and shall have. Okay. So in this manner, we can write the sentence, and verb with ing means present participle. Okay. Present participle is also verb with ing. Okay. So these are the basic requirements of all these types of tenses or the further classifications of present, past, and future. Okay. Now we'll initiate with present indefinite tense. As I told you that we will be elaborating all these tenses later on. So first from here we'll start with present indefinite tense. Okay. Now we'll begin with present indefinite tense. So first let us have a look on the introduction or the definition of present indefinite tenses. The present indefinite tense, also known simply as the simple present tense. First of all, we also called any indefinite tense the simple present tense, or any indefinite tense as the simple tense. It means present indefinite tense can also be known as simple present tense. Okay, is a verb tense used to describe actions, events, or states that are factual, habitual, or generally true. Now, present indefinite tense is basically used to show the states or the events or the actions that are in a routine or factual, they are habitual. It means if we have some habits, we will show them in indefinite tenses or the present indefinite tenses. Okay, if they are the habits of the present time, they will be occurring in the present indefinite tense. If we talk about the general truths, they will also be shown in the present indefinite tense. It is used for actions that happen regularly, routines, facts, universal truth, or a state of being. So if something happens regularly, for example, if you have a routine or some work which you do regularly or which you do every day, that can be shown in present indefinite tense. Okay, for the routines, now what are your routines, what you do every day in your life, those routines can also be written. In fact, they are also written in the present indefinite tense. For example, if I say I go to school every day, this is routine which occurs every day in my life. So I go to office every day. I come home every day. I prepare dinner every day. So these are the routines, or these are the actions which I do routinely. So they will also appear in present indefinite tense. Okay, some facts. Now, if you talk about geographical facts or if you talk about the scientific facts, they will also occur in present indefinite tense. Universal truths are always used or always shown or always written in present indefinite tense because they have been occurring from the era and will continue up to a particular time, or up to what time in future, no one knows. Okay, for example, the sun rises in the east. So we have seen the sun rising in the east till now, and we will be seeing the same in the future as well. Up to what time, we can't say that. Okay, or the states of being. Okay. Now let us have some examples. So first of all, we'll see the rules of present indefinite tense. Now what are the various rules? First of all, we'll see for affirmative. Now we have four types of sentences. We have affirmative sentences, negative sentences, interrogative sentences. These are three types of sentences. And we also have two types of interrogative sentences. One is simple question sentence and another one is questions which contain WH word. WH family word means question words. For example, who, how, what, where, when. Okay, these are the WH of question words. So, first we'll see the rules of affirmative sentences, that is positive sentences. So, in this part of present indefinite tense, these are rules of affirmative sentences. Subject plus first form of the verb, it means which is the base form of the verb, that is verb first form, or verb with S or ES plus object. Now, in the subject verb agreement rules, we have already discussed that when we have the singular subject, we use singular verb with it. Okay. And to make a verb singular, we add S or ES to it. But when the subject is plural, we add plural verb with it. Okay. And plural verb is the basic form of the verb. Okay. So it happens only in the present indefinite tense. If the subject is singular, the verb should be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb should be plural. Okay. According to the subject or the requirement of the subject. Now, we can also have different structure in which, as I told you, that be form in the case of conjugation of be verb, I have discussed with you that be can be used as the main as well as the helping verb. So if we talk about subject plus SRM plus complement, so the sentence can be like this as well. Okay. Also, we can not only have SRM, but if I have has or have, I can write subject plus has or have plus object. Okay, so this is actually the first form of the verb. Okay, plus object. So this can also be the structure. In negative, subject plus do and does. Now here, in case of indefinite tense, affirmative sentence, we do not have any auxiliary. But when we make it into negative sentence, we add do or does as the auxiliary verbs. After that, not and then first form of verb plus object. Now here, in this type of negative sentence, we cannot have S or ES form because we have already covered does, which is the singular form of the verb. In interrogative, do and does will appear in the beginning of the sentence and after that subject. It means auxiliary verb comes prior to the subject in case of interrogative sentences. Then first form of verb plus object. Interrogative negative, do does plus subject plus not plus verb first form plus object. Then WH questions, WH word. In WH questions, WH word, then do and does, then subject, then first form of verb plus object. Okay. In case of WH questions, what we do? We write WH words. WH words means question words. Okay. Then do and does, then subject, then first form of the verb plus object. Okay. So we write this pattern in the sentence. Now, these are the rules of present indefinite tense. Okay. And these are very simple to learn. How you can learn these? Just make the concept in your mind that with singular subject, we need to write singular verb and with plural subject, we need to write plural verb. In case of indefinite tense, we can only have subject plus verb one and the object. So according to the subject, we'll write subject verb plus one, verb in first form or verb in fifth form. Verb with S or ES, we can also call it verb with fifth form. Okay, this will make you this will help you learn it easily. Okay. Now let us see the sentences. So if you practice them, you will definitely learn them easily. Now there is a note to be remembered. The third person singular. Third person singular means third person pronoun which is always singular. Form is the one that commonly changes. Most verbs just add an S, but some verbs have irregular forms. For instance, the verb to have becomes has and to do becomes does. Okay, so as I told you that we can have do does or has in case of the singular subjects. Okay, now there are many verbs in which we can add S or ES, but there are several verbs which are irregular verbs. For do, we write does as the singular form. For have, we write has as the singular verb. Now, with I is always considered plural in present tense, or it will have some different or special rules with it. Okay. Now let us move to the examples. So here we can see the examples of this. She reads novels in her free time. So reads is the verb. This is verb fifth form. It means verb with s or es. Why so? Because subject is singular. So this is subject, then verb, and then object, that is novels. So what she does, she reads novels in her free time. They play football every Sunday. Okay, so what do they play? They play football every Sunday. I do not love chocolate ice cream. So do not is the negative part and love is the verb. Okay, I do not love chocolate ice cream. He does not speak French fluently. So does not, because the sentence is negative. So we'll use does not speak French fluently. Does he speak French fluently? Does the sun rise in the east? Sorry, does the sun rise in the west? No, it rises in the east. Okay, so here just an example written over here, and this is the question to confirm: does the sun rise in the west? No. So here these are the yes or no type questions which can be made in present indefinite tenses. Does she not read novels in her free time? Do they not play football every Sunday? What do you study at your university or at university? Now you can see over here when we have written do, they, not. So when we use interrogative negative, we add not after the word, after the subject of the sentence. Okay, so these are the sentences which we can make in present indefinite tense in all the types of sentences, whether they are affirmative, negative, interrogative, or negative interrogatives, or the WH questions. Okay, so these are the examples. So these are the examples which you can see over here. Okay, I hope this much is clear to you all. Now we'll elaborate present indefinite tense on basis of some concepts. Now here present indefinite tense usage in the general truths. So when we show the general truths, these are facts that are always true. Examples: water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so water is uncountable noun. It is always considered singular. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So when we show the facts which are always true, now we know well that when we boil the water at 100 degrees Celsius, when we set water temperature at 100 degrees Celsius, it will start boiling. Okay. The earth revolves around the sun. So it is also the universal truth which we cannot change, which one cannot change. So the earth revolves around the sun. It happens always, or it always happens and will always happen in future as well. Okay, so the earth revolves around the sun. This is also the universal truth. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This is also true because this is the general truth, and general truth is always shown in the present indefinite tense. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. Okay, so Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. The capital of France is Paris. No one can change it. It is and it is. Grass is green. Of course, grass is green. Okay, so these are the basic sentences and the general truths, and general truths are always shown in present indefinite tense. Okay, so all the general truths which you know, they are always they always occur in present indefinite tense. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Here to show the habits and the routines. Okay, they are also shown in present indefinite tense. Actions that happen regularly or repeatedly. She goes to the gym every day. Okay, so she goes to the gym every day means this is a routine of her, or this is an action which she repeats every day. Okay, they attend temple on Sundays. It means this action happens on every Sunday. I brush my teeth twice a day, so it happens every day twice a day. Okay, so this is a regular action or regularly taking place action. She wakes up early every morning. The train arrives at 8 a.m. every weekday. She reads a book before bedtime. So these are the habits or the regular work or the routines that are followed every day. So these type of actions which occur, which are recurring in nature, which occur regularly, or which occur in routine times, or which are the habits of a person, or which shows the habits of a person, or which actually repeats after a particular interval of time, but regularly, they are always shown in present indefinite tense. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. Present indefinite tense is also used to show the permanent situations. If some situations are permanent, they are also written in present indefinite tense. For example, situations that don't change over time. For example, water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. So this is the permanent situation and this will always happen. She works at a bank. So when she started working at a bank, now she works at a bank. This is a permanent situation. She lives in London. They own a house by the beach. He works as a teacher at the local school. The earth rotates on its axis. So these are the general truths of the permanent situation which do not change over time or which do not change continuously or regularly. So these type of actions also written in present indefinite tense. Now let us move to the next one. This is present indefinite when we talk about scheduled events. Scheduled events, particularly in public transportation and timetables. Suppose there are some scheduled events which will take place in future, but they are scheduled. Okay, so they should also be written in present indefinite tense because we are certain to do these actions. Okay. The restaurant serves breakfast from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now, this is the permanent situation. This always happens that the restaurant, it serves breakfast between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. The museum opens at 10 a.m. So this is also regular. And this is actually the particular duration of time at which the museum opens. Okay. So this is also the routine action. Okay. Which is occurring at the same point of time every day. The train departs at 9 a.m. every morning. So there is a particular schedule of the time of the train departure. So this can also be shown with in present indefinite tense because it is also scheduled. Okay. And this happens regularly. The bus arrives at the bus stop at 7:30 a.m. sharp. The flight leaves from gate 12 at 3 p.m. The ferry sails to island every hour. Okay, so these are the actions which occur basically every time or regularly, repeatedly. Therefore, they have been written in the present indefinite tense. Now, the only concept of present indefinite tense to show those actions which occur regularly. Okay, though they are related with the time, with the scheduled events, if they appear or if they happens regularly, if they happen regularly, they should be written in present indefinite tense. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Present indefinite tense is also used with the adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency are often used to indicate how often something happens. These include words like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never. These words, or the sentences in which these words appear, they should be written in present indefinite tense. She always comes on time. I rarely eat junk food. They sometimes travel by car. So these words can be used, or these adverbs of frequency can be used in present indefinite tenses. Okay. I hope this much is clear to you all. Now let us move to the next one. Here, if we talk about newspaper headlines, they are also written in present indefinite tense. Generally, newspaper headlines are written in present indefinite tense. Examples: President signs new trade agreement with allies. Now, if you read newspaper regularly, well, that is the routine which you should write in present indefinite tense. One more thing, if you talk about newspaper headlines, they are generally written in present indefinite tense. Also, if you have heard, which you must have heard, the commentary of a cricket match, that is also you can say that is also given in present indefinite tense generally. Okay, or present continuous tense can also be used over there. The stock market plummets after economic report. Scientists discover new species in Amazon rainforest. Local team wins championship title. City council approves new recycling program. Actor launches new charity initiative. So all these are present indefinite tenses or present indefinite sentences. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. Present indefinite tense is also used in sentences beginning with here and there. This concept is also very important. If the sentence begins with here and there, they are also written in present indefinite tense. When we point out someone, when we introduce someone using these words here and there, these sentences or these types of sentences are also written in present indefinite tenses. The present indefinite tense, simply present tense, is commonly used with sentences beginning with here and there. Examples: here comes the bus, indicating the arrival of the bus. Here is your coffee, presenting something that is physically present. We also say here you are. Okay, when we give something to someone which he has asked for. Okay, here go the fireworks, showing the start of an event or action. There goes the neighborhood, commenting on a change or something leaving. Okay, there goes the neighborhood. So in this manner, we show the sentences in present indefinite tenses. So these are the situations which you can use in present indefinite tenses. Okay, or these types of actions can be shown in present indefinite tenses. Now let us move to the next one. So till now we have already covered present indefinite tenses and the sentence that can be covered in present indefinite tenses. I hope this much is clear to you all. Now we'll initiate with present continuous tense. So first of all, the time is present. It means the time which is going on right now. Continuous if some action is continuation or is in continuation or is going on. That will be shown in present continuous tenses. So first of all, let us see the definition of present continuous tense. So this is the definition. Present continuous tense. The present continuous tense, also referred to as present progressive, is used to describe actions that are currently in progress or happening at the moment of speaking. It means when you are speaking, if the actions are going on at that particular time, they are shown in the present continuous tenses. Now let us move to the next one. Now here we have the rules of present continuous tense. Now as I told you that in continuous tense, the basic requirement is the be form and verb with ing. So these are the two basic requirements of present continuous tense. Okay. So when we make the sentence affirmative, here we have subject plus is rm. Is rm are the present forms of be. Okay. Then first form of verb with ing plus object. In negative sentence, subject plus is rm plus not plus first form of verb with ing plus object. Then in case of interrogative, is rm, these are the helping verbs which will come prior to the subject. Okay, is rm plus subject plus first form of verb with ing plus object. Then interrogative negative, is rm, then subject, then not, then first form of verb with ing and then object. And in case of WH questions, WH word, then is rm, then subject, then first form of verb with ing and then object. Okay. So these are the rules of present continuous tense. Now let us see the usage and sentences. So first of all, let us see the examples of present continuous tense. I'm reading a book right now. She's studying for her exam this week. So these are affirmative sentences. I'm not reading. These two are affirmative sentences. I'm not reading a book right now. So here you can see subject plus I'm not, then reading. Now with I we use am. Okay, with I we use am. With he, she or it or the singular subject or any singular subject we use is, or with you and plural subjects. Okay, we use are. Okay. So this we have already covered in subject verb agreement rules where we discuss conjugation of be form. Okay. Am I reading a book right now? Is she studying for her exam this week? These are now these two this sentence is negative sentence, whereas this sentence is interrogative sentence. Is she studying? This is also interrogative sentence. Is Payal not singing now? This is also interrogative negative. Is Bablu not laughing? Interrogative negative. Where is she going for vacation? So this is question word interrogative or WH word interrogative sentence. Okay, so these are the examples of present continuous tense. Okay, according to the rules. Now we'll discuss the usage and some more examples of present continuous tenses. So here we have present continuous tense, usage, and then ongoing actions. Actions that are going on right now or happening at the moment of speaking. So examples are, she's talking on the phone. Okay. So she's talking on the phone. It means she's talking on the phone to someone right now. Okay. This action is taking place right now. Or she's on a call right now. I'm reading a book. It means this action is also going on right now. they are studying for their exams this week. It means this entire week they will be doing the same action. That is, they are studying for their exams. Okay. He's playing football with his friends. We are watching a movie at the cinema. I'm writing an email to my boss. So when the speaker is speaking these sentences, it means he is going through this action. Okay, or this action is taking place at the time of his speaking. Now let us move to the next one. Present continuous tense is also used to show the temporary actions. Now this one is very important. Continuous tense can only be used in temporary actions, which are only temporary and which will not happen permanently. Okay, actions happening around the present time, but not necessarily at the very moment of the speaking. Examples: I'm staying at my friend's house this week. Okay, I'm staying at my friend's house this week. It means this will happen only this week. This work will happen only this week, or this action will take place only this week, not permanently in the entire life. They are working on a new project. So they are currently working on a new project, but maybe possible in future they will change their work. I'm learning to play the piano these days. Okay, so this action is only going on these days when I'm free. He's studying for his exams this semester. We are planning a trip to Europe next week. Okay, or next month. Okay, so this planning is going on right now. Maybe in the next month it will be executed. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Present continuous tense using changing situations, describing a situation or trend that is evolving or trend that is evolving. Now, if some trend is going on or if some trend is evolving or changing continuously, that can also be shown in continuous tense. For example, the climate is getting warmer. Okay, so it is trending. Why so? Because every day or every year, the climate is getting warm. Okay, so this is in progress. More people are becoming vegetarian. It means now people are aware of the life of a living being. That is why more people are becoming vegetarian. So this is going in trend right now, and more people are becoming vegetarian. Technology is advancing at a rapid pace. Okay, so technology is it is advancing. It is in progress continuously. She is becoming more confident in her abilities as she's performing every day. So she has become more confident, and also she is becoming more confident in her abilities day by day. Okay. They are improving their customer service to attract more clients. He is gradually learning to speak Spanish fluently. So this is something which is in progress continuously. Okay. So if something is in progress, either in positive manner or in declining manner, for example, if something is in progressing or in diminishing manner, they are just changing continuously. That is why they can be written in present continuous tense. Okay, for example, she's getting fatter every day, or she's getting weak every day. So getting weaker every day, it means she's just diminishing in her health every day. Okay, so when something is continuously changing or is in trend or is continuously in change, that can also be shown in present continuous tense. Now let us move to the next one. Here is the another usage, that is to show future arrangements. Plans or appointments that are fixed or confirmed. Examples: I'm meeting her tomorrow at 5 p.m. If some plan has been made, or if some appointment has been taken, it means it is certain to happen. So that can be written in present continuous tense. I'm meeting her tomorrow at 5 p.m. They are flying to Paris next week. She's attending a conference on Friday. We are visiting our grandparents this weekend. He's starting his new job in July. Now, these sentences can also be written in present indefinite tense as well as future indefinite tense. The condition changes according to the situation of the speaker's motive to say that. For example, if you have a function at your home, now you have already invited your guests, and now you are confirming with your guests whether they are coming or not. Okay, now if you have asked your aunt whether she's coming, she say, yes, I'm coming tomorrow. It means she has already planned to come, and she will be coming tomorrow because she has already reservations in the flight or the plane or the train. Okay, so she is coming. It means yes, this action is going to take place. Okay, or if I'm going to do this, so this style can also be taken or can also be followed in the present continuous tense. Okay, so for the future arrangements, the actions can also be shown in present continuous tense. Now, one very important factor about present continuous tense is continuous tense can only take those actions which are temporary and which are not permanent, or which are only in progress, or where the continuation is taking place. Okay. Now, there are certain verbs in English that typically do not take. Now, this one is very, very important concept. The present continuous tense, present progressive tense, because they describe states rather than actions that are currently in progress. These verbs are often referred to as stative verbs or non-continuous verbs. Here are some examples of verbs that are not usually used in present continuous tense. See, hear, recognize, smell, taste, seem, appear, look, love, wish, mean, suppose, consist, comprise, belong, resemble, need, dare, want, possess, hate, think, trust, know, believe. It is believe. Okay. Remember, matter, sound. These verbs, when they are used in their actual meaning, they cannot be used with ing form. For example, if I say I understand, it means yes, I comprehend I can understand the situation, or I understand. Okay. But if I say our understanding should be good, so understanding over there is a gerund. Okay. Which means that the compatibility of ours should be good. Okay. Or our understanding should be compatible. Now, if I say understanding is the verb and understanding is the gerund, they both have different meanings. Okay. If I say oh, I see. So it should be written only in the indefinite tense. Okay, not in the ing form. Now, if I say knowing this concept is very important. So here knowing is a gerund. But if I say I know you, that means yes, I know you. For example, if this person A, he met B, so he can say I know B. Okay, because they have known each other once. Okay, now this knowing cannot be in the process. We cannot say that A is knowing B. Obviously, we can say A is trying to know B, but we cannot say A is knowing B. That will be incorrect, because A know B is a static verb. It is not in continuation. That will not be temporary. It will be permanent. If you know someone, it means you know him for all of your life. Okay, might be you will be meeting him after the 10 years. Then also you can say that, yes, I know this person. Okay, or I know you. Okay, so these are the static and dynamic verbs which we cannot write in ing form. Okay, if I resemble my father, it means yes, I take after my father. I cannot say that I'm resembling my father, because this action is not temporary, or this action is not in going process. It is actually one time process which is permanent. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Here we have some examples of static and dynamic verbs. Suppose the sentence, the verb is see. She sees the doctor every week. Here, he hears a strange noise outside. Okay, it means he hears it every day. Recognize, I recognize that voice from somewhere. Smell, this flower smells beautiful. Obviously, if it smells beautiful, it smells beautiful. Always. Wish, she wishes she could visit her family more often. Desire, he desires a better job opportunity. Consist, the team consists of 5 members. So they consist of 5 members. We cannot say it is consisting, because that action is not going on. That is temporary. That is not temporary, but that action is permanent. Okay. Belong, the book belongs to me, and this is permanent. They own a house in the countryside. Okay. We cannot say they are owning a house. Okay. Now, another sentence, trust. She trusts her best friend completely. He hates broccoli. It seems like a good idea. Appear, the sun appears bright today. She thinks he's honest. I know the answer to that question. They believe in equality for all. He dares to challenge the status quo. she wants a new car. Okay, so these verbs cannot be written in ing form. I cannot say I am wanting a new car. No, I want a new car. Okay, and if I say I have a car, that is also permanent. I cannot say I'm having a car. Okay, because having, that is not in process. If I have a car, that is a static. I have it. That cannot be in process. Okay, so these verbs can only be written in present continuous tense, and they cannot be written in present. Uh, they cannot be written in these sentences can be written in present indefinite tense only, and they cannot be written in present continuous tense. Okay, I hope this much is clear to you all. Now, the rest of the present tense we will be discussing in the next session. So, if you want to learn more concept, you can. If you want to learn more concept, stay connected with me. Till then, thanks to you. Okay, now till then, thanks to you.